You are welcome back, and I guess you heard the confession. Good girl, decent home, she travels abroad, meets new people, she fraternizes. They are doing wild things, and she decides to get involved. It landed her at a place she never thought it would, jail. She did her time, learned her lessons, had a lot of education because it's out there, not in Ghana where jail is really jail, you know. There you are given information, studies, and everything that will make you come out as a better person. And she's back, met this gentleman. They married, lovely 2 children. And now the guy gets to know that she did jail time. And he's unhappy about it and feels like, why didn't you tell me this? I don't want this anymore. My dear.
Thank you very much, Miss Nancy. So my concern is about the man. My concern is how willing he is to listen to the woman, not just to her story, but the transformations she has undergone. Because the woman has lived through a life that a lot has not even begin to imagine.
Imagine.
Yes. So my concern is about that. And I think the husband is upset because, not because the wife did something wrong, but because the wife didn't present.
She withheld the
Yes, she
information
didn't present her
because she
true
thought it was
self.
irrelevant at the time.
Exactly. And one thing I also want to remind, one thing I also want to draw attention to with regard to the woman is that redemption doesn't erase the past consequence. So
After
definitely,
being redeemed, you can still pay for the wrongs you did.
Because
Redemption does not erase anything.
yes, God will forgive you.
Yeah.
But man no be God. Man, we wrestle with pain, fears, and trust in things that does not align with grace.
Yes.
So definitely she's going to face that consequence.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a very good point. Mr. Yellow,
Miss
you look
Nancy.
like MTN
Thank
everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's very true. I went to rep MTN in the Grand Star.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Miss Nancy, and a very good evening to you and then those watching us from home. I think it is evident that this story is very gripping. But my concern was that the man's decision to call for a divorce is a bad one because it's so quick. You have to look into the case because you've stayed with a woman and then you vowed to love her in every instant, like
And she's
situation.
been a great
A
mother,
great mother.
a great wife,
Yes.
supportive. I mean, he was even finding it difficult to believe
Exactly.
that this very graceful, elegant woman could have done jail
Yes,
time.
that's very true. So I feel the divorce aspect is so early. And the next thing I would like to analyze is the foreign or the infiltration of foreign culture in our lives. You went to study abroad or you went to abroad for a business. And so you should be very careful with the kind of activities you involve yourself into.
Yeah.
And that is a key advice I would like to give elegant youths like myself. When we go outside, we should be very mindful of what we do.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're bringing in people to help us with the conversation. Before that,
Yes, Miss Nancy.
Hi.
Good evening.
good evening.
He was saying that the divorce is a bad one, and you see everybody and how they receive information and how their reaction, will be, because some people doesn't have a heart. But when you lie to them from the beginning, they will never believe you again. So that is
But
the one
beyond
factor.
the lying to, who has she been to you? Most of the
Miss
time,
Nancy,
people
right now-
base
Mi-
their
Miss Nancy.
opinions, decisions
But Miss
on the
Nancy.
opinions of other people
Yes.
about their partners.
But right now, the
But
man.
who has she been to you?
But maybe she has been good. She has been wonderful.
Yes.
Wife, but the man is still thinking that maybe she has not really repented.
Well,
Yeah. See, because some people
Okay.
can pretend for so many years, and at the end, the true colors will come again.
thank you. Thank you for that one. My lady,
Let's not forget here that this thing happened in her past.
yes, she was very young.
Yes, she
Very,
was
very
very
young.
young. It was in her past. And what were you supposed to do? You want her to come up and tell the newfound husband or someone he's now in love with that this was what happened in the past?
Better to say it. You have to present yourself like he said. You have to say the truth about you. This is marriage.
But the thing with that issue is that if you do not present your case in a kind manner to the people that love you, the ones who will present it to them will not be as kind as you are. And so mostly it's wise for you to tell your own story because others will tell it and make you look very, very bad. Listen, tonight is a great man, very wise, very calm. But I pray that because of this confession, he will heat up a little for me tonight. Counselor George Asa, let us welcome the gentleman. He behaves like a gentleman is seen and not heard. Kind of man. Oh, make him feel comfortable, Counselor. A gentleman is seen, not heard. What a nice shirt. I like your combination.
Thank you. What
Nice dress shirt and pants.
My tutor is here.
Counselor, you came with some heat today, huh?
Well, cool.
Cool, huh? All right, Counselor says that cool, nah, any nemo. So to join him and make the conversation softer is Lady Gifty Deborah. She's also a counselor, and we love, love, love Lady Gifty. It's always a pleasure to have her. Hello, young lady.
Hello, Miss.
How old are you again? 16?
12.
You look like it.
Thank you
I'm
very
sure your
much.
children see you like this and they're like, Mommy, please, will you grow up for
How
us?
old are you
Oh,
again?
yes. You look lovely indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring our invitation, lady and gentleman.
You're welcome.
She was young. She actually says she comes from a good home. She was not hungry. Just that her friends were doing amazing things and living life that is larger than life. She wanted to prove that she also had the guts. She was a strong woman. She did not even carry cocaine. She did not carry drugs. She just picked someone from the airport to drop the person off at their final destination of carrying whatever they were carrying. And they were all nabbed together. She did her time. She studied in the process, learned things, very knowledgeable, intelligent woman you would love to experience. Got out, got her life back on track. Meet a wonderful man. Says, I love you. She says, I love you back. Together for many years, 2 children, boy and a girl. Everybody knows she's a decent woman. And somebody from her past meets her husband and says, did you know that this is your small money? Are you sure you will take care of a woman like this? Because she's been exposed to bigger monies. So yeah, she comes from a decent home. So beyond decent home, she was doing stuff and she was making money. Counselor, the man says he doesn't want this marriage anymore. He feels like he's been lied to. There is no longer trust in his heart for this woman.
Well, the man has a problem. The woman also got the fundamentals wrong. She wasn't honest from the beginning. Sometimes it's like, let me wait till the issue comes up before I discuss it or voice out.
Why would I want to talk about something that happened in my 20s when I'm in my 30s and I'm getting married and getting a good life, Counselor?
It's good you tell your prospective partner who you are, who you were, and who you are, and what you want to be in life. But notwithstanding, the gentleman shouldn't seek for divorce or try to sever the relationship. I can't imagine someone dwelling on another person's past to quit a relationship. That is the past. Even the present issues, some can forgive, others will forgive. And so why do you want to take into account someone's past? It means there's something missing. There wasn't the love. There was something maybe the guy was looking for.
And so for you, if there was good love, he wouldn't want to opt out now. It is in the past, and we should let sleeping dogs lie. Thank you very much, Counselor Asa. My lady.
I was also asking myself, what did the man want? Was it the woman in question or her past? If it is the woman you saw and what you saw, you went after and she became your wife. So now, if there is some carcasses coming up, I think you just need to go back to the blackboard. The same way she defended the woman while they were with that friend. Go back in your closet with her. Who are you? Whatever this man was saying, was it true? What led to it? So she will be able to explain to you. Because, Miss Nancy, I don't think in my right mind I would meet a man and be talking about something I'm ashamed of 20, 15
Plus
years
years ago.
past. No, I don't think I'll be talking about that. Especially
You
when
think
it
that jail
has...
time is that little for you to absolutely ignore?
You cannot ignore it, but I'm coming to the point that when it has no direct bearing on our relationship today, she served the jail term. It's not like she ran away,
No.
that they will be looking for her later.
No.
Okay? So if it does not, when my jail term has nothing to do with our relationship, I don't think I should be in a hurry. Let's be honest. This is real life. You won't be in a hurry talking about it because, one, she is not proud of it.
Yes.
She knows it's not right to do what she did. But now, I applaud that lady because she's allowed herself to significantly grow,
Oh, yes.
found purpose
Oh,
again.
she's actually a women's ministry leader in her church, and nobody seems to know where she came from. She gave her life to Christ, and she's doing awesome.
From the past experience, she leveraged on it to find Christ and grow in him. At the end of the day, she meets a man. Miss Nancy, I'm an advocate or proponent of transparency when it comes to relationships.
Myself too.
But we should know when to bring up what, especially when it does not damage the current relationship in any way. Take your time, find your feet, and decide when you want to talk about it. And when that is being discussed, I don't think the man should use this as a base to say, I want to divorce
But
you.
this is our society where somebody can say that, hey, this boy, his father had a very terrible temper, and he beat his mom, she hit her head, and she died. So there should be issues in their family. So I'm not allowing my daughter to marry into that family.
Exactly.
How much more somebody with a real thing? If people are suffering because of the sins of their parents, how can this one not suffer for her own sins? In the same life, when she has a chapter 1 of her life closed, and now is living her chapter 2.
That chapter couldn't be closed and then sent to the archives. I mean, permanently. It isn't possible because someone would know about it. Someone got to know about it. And people will surely one day come, either intentionally or...
Intentionally, somebody dressed up to come tell the husband.
Or,
intentionally.
Or not intentionally. So I still believe that she could have been honest. If she had come to me, I would have asked her to be honest. But at a certain point of the relationship, before they tie the knot.
Now we have 2 children involved who have known their very loving and caring parents, and this man is trying to get out.
Yeah.
Do you know that there are people who make other people's secrets their business to share?
Miss Nancy.
Like in churches, in families, you go, you say you want to marry someone, and her mother's sister, her cousin, will come to you and tell you that, do you know she doesn't know how to cook? I had that experience when a gentleman was interested in me, and a friend of mine went to tell him that she's always going to the office. So she leaves the office at 6. Are you sure she knows how to cook? And the gentleman said, that's why I have a living-in chef. These people out there may not have a man like I used to know at the time. People that go about telling issues about your partner's past. How do we deal with it?
Miss Nancy, our society is damn judgmental. Forgetting that it may be you at some point. What if someone goes telling on you too, bringing out your skeletons when your breakthrough is here? We always have to keep in mind that it may be somebody's turn today, but tomorrow could be mine. What of people that were taken, with others in that kind of business when they had nothing to do with it? It could be you someday, and you will be branded the same as this person. And imagine I come telling your significant other, do you know these, that, how will you feel? So before we go about talking about others, judging them, we should first of all look at ourselves. My mom said, one finger is pointing there, the remaining four is towards you. Yeah, if it's me, how will I feel? Consider that first before you go telling about another.
Counselor George, somebody comes to you with information about your wife that he knew probably 30 or 45 years ago. Or are you struggling with childbearing, God forbid? If you are, when she was my girlfriend, she got pregnant for me. I told her not to abort, and she still went ahead to abort. Look at the life that she's living now. Information like this, how do you deal with it?
Miss Nancy, in my current level as a counselor, the story will be different.
Yes.
Not to the ordinary person.
Right.
And you see, confession, just like the program suggests, cures something.
Oh, yes.
And that's why I was insisting that she should have done the right thing by being honest.
How many Ghanaian men will marry you if you told them you've done jail time?
I will tell you
Before
something.
they even get to know what you did.
I will tell you something. I preached somewhere, and after the preaching, a gentleman came to me. You talked about honesty. I have 2 kids. I will love a woman who will not be able to bear children, to marry. But how will they tell me the truth?
The truth.
That, oh, I caused abortion, so I cannot, my womb is this, blah, 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 blah.
Biologically, I'm unable to.
And that is God's principle, honesty. It cures gossip. It cures ill motives, whatever. Because she has told me. So what is it again?
And you know the feeling. When you know already and somebody comes with it, you can actually, but when you do not know, the shock will make you say things and do things that you did not intend.
Yeah.
So are we all going to look at ourselves tonight? Children, look at your parents. Parents, look at your children. Husbands to wives, and wives to husbands. Let us come clean. It is a night of transparency. We are being honest before we even get to it. This is Confessions on TV3. Please do not go away. I'll be right back. Growing up, I was told that if I do not want to lie, I should not talk. And so it's been a great strength of mine. And after I clocked 40, I decided that Minti Obianche in school. I don't have any headmaster or teacher that will whip my bum. I have to tell the truth, or I have to keep quiet. And I think it's a good place. Would you call her inability to come clean as an act of betrayal in this marriage?
Well, I won't say it's a betrayal from her side. Maybe ignorance, or her naivety, or inexperience in life, or maybe she didn't get the direction from an adult person, a mature person, to give her the directions in life, so that she'll be able to tell the truth. The fact that I didn't tell you something doesn't mean I've betrayed you. Because
so we cannot categorize it
you can't conclude.
Betrayal. Withholding information is not betrayal.
Exactly.
My lady, do you agree with Counselor?
I do.
Looks like this confessor is getting such goodwill, right? Amazingly.
Yes, I do. Because of the society we live in, Miss Nancy, because a person may agree to marry someone, and at the 11th hour, they walk away. So if you happen to meet 10 men, let's say in 2 years, will you end up telling everyone I have been to jail? No. No, not at all.
So makes a lot of sense.
She hasn't betrayed their friendship or
but
relationship.
This marriage has been going on.
But
we had 2 issues out of it. Was the time not long enough to actually come clean?
So then I will agree with maybe ignorance, 2, naivety, 3, she just did not find it necessary. Like I said, that nothing from her past is affecting the marriage. If she had certain challenge, maybe by virtue of she being taken with the others, where someone betrayed them, that was why they were taken together. And in the as she was released and she's back home, and that has become like she doesn't trust people. And so this man she's married,
of that is trust issues.
The effects. If that was affecting the marriage, then we will say that the earlier she confessed it, the better. But there was nothing there. So at the end of the day, maybe whilst we are here discussing, in her head, every day she was calculating when? How? Okay? So if she would know or had met any counselor, then they would tell her that the earlier you do it, the better you will be able to breathe whilst you are with the man and all that.
Let's get into parenting, and I'm glad that almost all of you are youthful right here. What is it? She says, my mother was rich. I had no challenges. I just wanted to do something out of the world. What is it with Daddy B's wanting to always do negative things? Because is it a sense of entitlement or boredom when everything has been provided for them in life?
Miss Nancy, when you're young, you want to explore.
But it's your show. If you were hungry, I could understand this. If you were in desperate need, I could understand this. You had no need, but you decided to be wild to prove to your friends. And I'm sure this is a show that has the family attention.
Yeah.
Some parents and some children are watching. So, Ma Gifty, you would want to do justice to it, please.
Miss Nancy, young people will want to explore no matter what. But they just need to be guided when they want to be adventurous and the things they venture into. The truth is, more people have become Daddy B's because their parents are chasing wealth and not taking care of the home. They are not teaching them values. They only show them how to spend money and explore things with that money. So we should not forget. So all these people must come back home now and analyze. Aside showering them with the money,
gifts,
experiences, what are the values that we've taught them that outside the home they will be able to exercise these values? We all need to go into an analysis mode and do that. There are certain Daddy B's. There are also some of these children who are well-cultured and well-trained.
Oh, yes.
In spite of the show and showering, they are very disciplined. So they don't do that. The difference is, what were they taught? What was planted into them?
Were they intentionally groomed?
Yeah.
But if you don't, when they go out there, they take matters into their own hands. And more times also for parents, when children are with you, we tend to take it as though they were the very babies that came out of us yesterday. So we take things for granted. And just expose them to everything. Please, let's be guided. They are growing. They see what you do than what you tell them to do.
That's a good one. Counselor, sir, raising children in an affluent home.
Well, it is not so much about affluent home. It's about parenting style these days.
Okay.
Presently, there's a big issue. Not big, huge one.
Huge, beyond
Huge
big.
one, beyond big. You see, the problem is, I don't want people pointing fingers at the young ones. As you point the finger at the young ones, the rest of your fingers points to you. They are true reflection of the adult population.
Yeah.
The children, the young ones are true reflection of us.
Yeah.
So what were they taught? It might not be verbal, but parents, let me tell you something. If you have a child who is learning to take steps, walk,
Walk.
and you have your shoe, and he has his shoe, normally you see this child always trying in
Your
your
shoes
shoes.
on.
What is he telling you? Daddy, mommy, I'm walking. Watch
In
your
your
steps. In your
footsteps.
footsteps.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it. Example.
Oedipus
Exemplary
complex.
life. Cool, calm, simple life. We work for money. We don't chase money. Money, we don't make money. It is only one institution that makes money, and that's the central bank. We must work for money. And when parents work for money and give their family quality time, I mean, appropriate that they are 24 hours to work, home, and rest or whatever, we only see what is happening in our society these days. You see, so it's not much about the affluent. Even the poor, those coming from poor homes are worse. What about those guys who, those
we
children
say, oh, here needs to be proud.
So this is the problem. Parenting is big. We think that it is all about money, money, money. It is not true. I've said, I don't know if I said it on this program, money is harmless, left alone. It cannot harm anybody. It is our attitude towards
the money that makes it evil.
That's it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a very good one. Most people think that my life is my life, and what I do is what I did, and it has no bearing on my partner, no bearing on my parents, nor my siblings. People have that opinion that it's my name. Is it not, after all, Miss Nancy?
We are all accountable to society and ourselves. We are. You can't just take life for granted, misbehave, and run people's name in the mud and finish and say, it's my life. No man is an island. We all owe it to each other to be accountable. So now that the man has found out, she needs to come clear, empathize with the man because he feels he's been kept in the dark. But I would still insist that the question was not asked. That is why she also did not speak. But now that the question is asked, she has to come out, understand that the man feels bad concerning the situation. And so she should open up and assure the man of trust that she isn't going to go back. After all, she repented out of those things long before she met the man. If she was going to do it when she was hard up and didn't have any cash and was empty, she would have found something as fictitious as that. But she did not do that. She rather turned to God. It means that she really, really meant to repent. And I see that she's discipling herself into becoming a better person.
Lady Gifty seems to think that this woman is changed and for the better, and she would sin no more. Are we absolutely sure about her sinning no more? Or the environment and the conditions are conducive for her to sin no more? This is Confessions on TV3. We'll be right back. Please don't go away. This is Confessions on TV3. I am Miss Nancy tonight. I am with our Lady Gifty and, of course, our counselor, George Asa. And we're having a very serious conversation about a woman that withheld information from her partner and now he wants out. We all agree that it is not an issue that a home should be broken over. And if she's proved that she's a kind, loving, respectful, faithful partner, forget about what happened in the past. My lady, before we went, you were talking about you telling your partner stuff. You responded when your partner asked you the question. A generic question most Kenyan men do. How many men have you been with before I met you? Please, that one. Are we supposed to say or to plead the fifth?
Before you answer, let them also tell you how many women they've been with. Why is that the men are... I don't know why.
As if they are saints.
Exactly. Why is it about the ladies? What about the men? They should... You see, when I meet you and I say, this is George, it means I'm introducing myself before...
Yes.
I don't ask you to introduce yourself. So
Hi,
why
I
can't
am Nancy.
Exactly. So
And-
why can't the men introduce themselves first?
Offer
For
the
women?
information.
Exactly.
If the man offers the information, then you would have
Exactly.
to do
So
same.
I've had affairs with 20 women, 30 women.
Hey!
Right.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
And then the women will also come up. But if you don't ask, you don't tell your own, and you are asking, what do you expect from
I
the
hear
woman?
somebody started counting from this hand. She was
Oh,
going.
after excess.
She got to this hand, then she started counting her toes. And before she was done, the gentleman was out of the door.
As for excess, very few don't have excess. And most people never marry their first date. Most people
Yes.
never
Yes.
marry their first date. So it is no more an issue. It is no more an issue.
So
Talking
before
about
you ask me my body count, offer yours.
offer yours.
And then we will deal with the
Exactly.
rest. My lady.
Offer yours. And then we take it from there.
And when you are a woman with experience in talk, and I am a presenter, I research, I read wide, and your partner is interested in styles away because you used to host a sex talk show. And what do you know in bed? And what can I talk to you in bed? Issues like that. You know, there are partners that want to know these things. Are you supposed to offer? Or when it comes to your sexual life, you only allow them to experience?
Miss Nancy, I think experience will do in this case because you can't go telling about your private life. Sex cannot be done here. It can only be done in
privacy.
If it was for everybody to know, it would have been done here. So I don't think a man should come that low to ask such questions. Sebe na oya ya bodoma kakra. If you're a matured man, you did not come to look for the styles they can do. You saw the face of the woman and you saw that Ajua is okay for me. I like her character. Where I'm going, she would help me arrive. That is why you came.
Counselor, whilst you are still on the conversation, there are men that, I mean, after you've done your experience, they're like, hey, where's Usiawe? How do you know this?
I had a client, couple.
That you had to counsel?
Yes, and something crop up. Like, okay, they were having issues. The woman said the husband accused her of having an affair. And the story was, I don't know how to describe it. It was like she gave a good account of herself. And the man retorted, after this time, we the only me be that. And the woman, it was like, and makosion baby in a medebrowana, and a whole lot of things. How can we? I don't know what is wrong with us. We learn, we teach sex in premarital, but we learn on the job. And if you are suffering from sexual dysfunction, it's better you talk to a counselor or a psychologist. And I'm not talking about erectile dysfunction. I'm talking about sexual dysfunction, where partners, one or both, are not satisfied in their sexual life. You need to talk to a professional. I want to come back on repentance. You see, repentance is between us and God. No one can tell whether someone's repentance is genuine or not. No one. It is not for us to discuss that. So the woman has repented, and that's it.
This has been a very insightful conversation, and I hope and pray that the woman that brought this confession is watching, and her husband or probably somebody in a similar situation is watching, and they would be able to fix themselves. How do they move on going forward as a couple? And if this man is saying no, 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 should she still wait, and for how long for him to heal? Or if he says, I do not trust you anymore, it's a good time for her to out the marriage herself.
Miss Nancy, I think that she and the man needs to have a very open and honest conversation, number one. And she needs to assure the man that this thing has nothing to do with you from the beginning, and I would have nothing to do with it now that I am with you. Because it is not easy to talk about the fact that I was jailed, and not for a simple reason. It's drugs. It is not that simple to make it a discussion that upon seeing a man, you begin to talk about it. It is not that easy, okay? So the man also must understand where this woman is, that she will need her support completely than to push her away and say that because she's been through that, you will not have. Then it means that the man did not love her from the very onset. He came for something else, not marriage. Okay.
Thank you. Counselor Georgia, sir.
Yeah. I cannot even say she needs forgiveness, because what she did in the past was not against him. It was her life. The only issue is she wasn't honest in the beginning. That is established. You can be forgiven, but you can be forgiven of your sins, but the consequences will live on. And that is why I keep stressing on honesty, because these are some of the consequences that come along with our past. Secondly, the man will have to forgive. Can I even say you will have to forgive? What has she committed against you? What
she
is
sinned,
it?
she made a mistake, but it wasn't against you. So it's not up to you to
Exactly,
forgive.
to forgive. But I think she needs the man's support, rather.
Yes.
And that's all she needs. And if the man fails to support her, then, like my colleague said, so he was looking out for something else, not love.
And not love.
Not love.
This has been a very good conversation. I'm glad we had this confession and this conversation. And I would want to give you a gentle reminder as I sign off. That one kasana we show no. Unshadanya papa biasa. Woka obiasem sesano. You go out there, you discuss people's weaknesses, people's failures, and all that, and yet you sin differently. Listen, what she did was against the law, not against you. So as a husband, You need to let it go. And for those of you younger people watching, you know how you are driving around in speed because your dad bought you a speed car? Two things. You either crash yourself or you kill other people. And the consequences of your actions cannot be ignored. Let us be mindful of the things we do today and the effect it has on our lives, on our family, and external people. I am Miss Nancy. Confessions was brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go.